Hi world, it's the 3rd of August 2023, it's 4:30 in the afternoon UK time. This is a brief video because I'm teaching in half an hour. I'm doing a session on retrogrades, void moons and the nodes, so kind of bits and pieces for my students. But I do astrology because I love it. It speaks to me. It's the thing I'm good at. I enjoy it. Yeah, the money's nice, but that's all. I mean, I'm an astrologer. I don't really understand how I fell into it, but that's what I do. And every week, well, 40 weeks, 45 weeks a year, I spend 2 days a week doing lots of readings where I speak to 15, 16, sometimes 20 people a week doing readings. And I find myself realizing that there's a lot of strange understandings of different words out there, which is actually leading a lot of people astray. Now, I like my etymology. I like understanding the root and the meaning of words. It's a hobby. I like etymology. So what I want to do is look at different certain words from an astrological perspective, that there's a bit of difference here. So firstly, I'm looking at the difference between intellect, mind, and thoughts. There's the way you think, and that's often dictated by Mercury, because Mercury is the way you read, write, think, speak, and move. But that's the way you think. But then there's what you think with. So it's not what you think, it's what you think with. So it's to do with the stuff behind the communication, the abstracts, the concepts, the intellect, the opinions, the ideas, the philosophies. And that's more ruled by Jupiter because of it's the higher mind, the deeper meaning, the bigger picture. And a lot of people will just sort of go, oh, that's what I think, therefore that's that. And they never question, but why do I think that? What's my philosophies? What's my truths? How do I walk my talk? How do my beliefs go along with people around me? If they're different, how are they different? And what does that say about my attachment to things like dogma, theology, or religion? There's no answers to these questions. Everyone has to make their own mind up. But intelligent people will be aware of the difference between the superficial frontal brain lobe, which is like the hamster on the wheel, the chitter chatter, and then there's the back brain, which is the philosophies, the beliefs, and the concepts, as well as the opinions. And that's where ideas and imagination comes from. And that's different to the front brain. So there's different rulerships here with Mercury and Jupiter. And the same can be said for feelings and emotions, often confused with each other. But I did a bit of thinking on this. Feelings are innate. They are yours. I feel this. It's mine. I own my feelings. They come from within me. They're not triggered by anything or anyone else. Whereas emotions, well, you only get emotions when you're dealing with external situations, people or environments that trigger superficial emotive responses. So when I hear someone say, oh, but you made me feel, I just think, oh, that is just wrong in so many different ways. So ask yourself, what's the difference for you between feelings and emotions? To my mind, both feelings and emotions are the realm of the moon, but to a certain extent also Neptune, because Neptune has a lot to do with one's innermost in-depth feeling, the deep feelings. So I do differentiate between feelings and emotions as much as I differentiate between thought and the higher mind. But my favourite one is when people say to me, oh yeah, I'm psychic. And I think, no, you're not. You're intuitive. But then I start thinking, well, are you really intuitive? You see, I've worked with Chiron energy a long, long time. Chiron was half man, half horse. And it's a kind of metaphor for the fact that we are a human living in a physical body that's derived from animal stock. When Chiron was saved by the handmaidens of Apollo, when he was plucked from his coracle, aka so was Talisian and so was Moses, and this is endemic through every culture. But when the handmaidens of Apollo rescued Chiron from his coracle and took him to Apollo for teaching, Apollo taught him all the things on how to be human. He taught him about healing and warfare, archery, medicine, tactics. But he taught him how to be human. He didn't teach him about his animal side. The animal side got neglected. So when I hear people say to me, I'm psychic, I think, no, you're not. Less than 1% of people who think they're psychic are, because psychic is pretty extreme. I would not want to be psychic, and I wouldn't want anyone else to be psychic, because you see things and you know things that you wish you didn't. But there's a difference also between intuitiveness and instinctual, between intuition and instinct. Intuition is a human construct. It starts at the solar plexus, right there, just at the base where the ribs join, and it goes north. It's when you just, oh yeah, my senses are telling me this, I know this, yeah, that feels right, yeah. Instinct is an animal construct, and it starts about 3 inches below the navel and it goes south. Gut instinct. Gut instinct is when you just intrinsically, instinctively know at a cellular and bodily level, this isn't right, he's lying, she's not telling the truth, this is wrong. And you don't know how you know it, but you know it, and it's instantaneous. And by the time the thoughts or the feelings or even the intuition have got hold of it, it's gone. But it's animal and it's gut. I trust my instincts as much as, if not more, than my intuition. So with the intuition, it's a sense of knowing with no logical reason as to why you know. It's a feeling, but it's an elevated feeling. There's a concept, there's an attachment to spirituality with intuition. It's like your sixth sense or your higher voices are telling you something. So to me, intuition comes under the realm of Neptune. It's the same type of energy as higher imagination and spiritual creativity. Whereas instinct definitely comes under the realm of Pluto. The animal, the primal gut instinct. Pluto is the planet that denotes psychic sensitivity as well. If you have very strong aspects to your Pluto, conjunct the moon, opposite the sun, on the ascendant, all to less than 1.5, 2 degrees, then you may be borderline psychic. It's not nice and you don't really want to be. I guess the point of this is not just to get people to be clear with themselves about their terminology and to be clear with other people about their terminology. But I guess really, humanity's pretty fragmented. We're all dichotomized. We're all trying our best to be a wonderful human being, and we've all got the latest cars, and we all go to the latest for the latest hairdo, and we scrub up good, and we do all the nice little things to our bodies. We're neglecting the animal that we live in. Trust your guts. Gut instinct is the single best mechanism we have as individuals that tell us whether something is right or wrong. Most of us dismiss it because by the time the thoughts and feelings have got hold of it, it's gone. But it's that instantaneous nanosecond moment where you just know, and there's no doubt at all. Trust your guts every single time. Embrace the animal. We are a mixture of animal and human. And whilst we're here on this 3-dimensional planet, in this 3-dimensional world, we can't escape that until we physically die and transmute and develop into a different realm of consciousness. Until that time, embrace the animal. Trust your guts. Catch you later, world. Bye.